Hello Ty, hello Seth, how are you guys?
Doing good?
Doing good.
Feeling tactically sharp or not yet?
I
We'll
don't know
see.
if I ever
We'll
am,
see.
yeah.
That's the
I
best.
did a few
that's the-
tactics this morning.
How was
Hit
it?
and miss. But I've eaten and had some water since then, so hopefully sharper.
Solid 50%, right?
Yeah.
Higher than that, but they were easy ones, so not
Okay,
high
okay.
enough.
There's for the chat probably there's a tactical event approaching, so we are going to try to work on our tactical skills today, so that there is a well, both Seth and Ty get prepared for this event. It's not the main event. It will not have impact on the final result. However, as far as I remember, it helps in getting better seed, and there's also some prize money, so that's always a nice bonus. Today the plan is to work on tactics with and also pay attention on those two things that I believe generally people, not only at this level, but generally struggle when there is tactics involved. So visualization, proper determination where particular pieces are actually placed, that really helps in calculating especially longer lines when you have to go beyond to move 2 or move 3, whatever it is. Last time, as you remember, in both of our sessions, I've tried to introduce this sort of a stepping stone technique. We work on that with pretty good results, I think. And also I will try to show you a couple of exercises which may enhance your visualization. And on top of that, we will be working on basically just doing some tactics. I will try to show you a couple of training techniques which you can implement on your own, which you can use on your own for your independent studying, and hopefully this will be useful for your chess career overall, not only for the event. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so this was the easy part. Now we're getting in tactical torture. I even wanted to call the stream tactical torture, but Twitch didn't allow me. It's against the policy to say to people that they will be tortured. So you know it, but I couldn't share that. Warm up,
The
guys.
stream is borderline illegal, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah, you know, it's already 9 p.m. in Poland, so in a moment it will be 10 p.m. So basically it's adult content. There may be some blood, trauma, etc.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Put
so
it on YouTube with the big clickbait title.
this is one of the ideas. I will have to warn.
These tactics are borderline illegal.
Okay, writing that down.
Yeah.
Borderline illegal. The idea is that at the very beginning we will be doing some blindfold chess, just a little bit of a warm-up. So for the time being I'm not inviting you to analysis board. However, to make things easier for chat, because chat is not going to be tortured, only only the ultimate Sensei participants will be tortured, so that, you know, chat doesn't get scared. Chat will see the board. You will not see the board, so it will be great if you just don't see the board and, you know, just try to use your mental strength and your powerful brain processors for the purpose of initial training. Okay, first, and by the way, I wanted to make this a little bit of a competition, but at the same time not so much, so we're not counting points, but there will be an element of competition for sure. So I know that, and Ty actually mentioned that to me, that Chess Dojo last season there was this concept that you have to find the right answer, otherwise your opponent may get a steal. So basically, if the opponent manages to, or the other person manages to find the right reply, he can just give it and get a steal, which is worth points. So
I don't know if it's going to be the same format this time.
Me neither, but I like it for the purpose of our training today. It will work very nicely, I think.
Cool.
So first questions, I think they will be pretty easy. Who wants to start? Who's the daredevil?
I'll go.
Ty? Okay. Color.
Stealing's where the points are at, so joke's on you.
Smart. But if they start easy, then taking the first
yeah,
one.
the first one will be easy. The first one will be easy.
Good point.
Okay, so the first one is very easy. What is the color of G5 square? That's for Ty.
Black.
Okay. Seth, do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's turn sides. I agree as well. So that very good, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Seth, it's your turn this time. What's the color of C6 square?
C6 is white.
Ty, what do you think?
I agree.
Okay. Ty, question for you. Are B1 and E6 on the same diagonal?
No.
They are not. Seth, what do you think?
No.
How do you know that?
E4 is on the diagonal with B1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it can't have two squares on the same file. Yeah.
I went algebraic and I'm like, it's over 3 and up 5. That's not
logical. By the way, someone from the chat just mentioned that this position looks about even. Fair point. I guess that's a very valid point. Okay, very good. You have a certain
position.
Yeah, starting position seems to be quite even.
The World Championship match today, the starting position very even.
Although, I would give white like 0.2 small edge since they start.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go to something slightly more difficult. So both of you each have a piece. Ty, you will have white pieces. Seth, you'll have black pieces. Just one piece. Ty, you have a knight on A1. Seth, you have a knight on H8. And your task is to go to... Ty, you will have to go to H8. So the square is currently occupied by Seth's knight. And Seth, you need to go to A1. So the square which is currently occupied by Ty's knight. You are not allowed to blunder your knight, and let's see whoever gets first. In case of a tie, it's just a tie. It's fine.
It's just two knights, right?
Two knights. Yes. So Ty, since you have white pieces, you can start.
Knight to C2.
Mm-hmm. Seth?
Okay. Knight G6.
Okay.
Knight to E3.
How long do I have?
You're doing good.
Okay.
There's no time control, so no.
Okay.
Just make sure you get it right. Are we looking for a legal square for the knight, or a square which will not blunder the knight, or what is it?
Both. Well, okay, so I know I need to make an even number of hops. And I just want to make sure I'm like sort of trying to work backwards, and I'm just having trouble with
okay.
So yeah, I want to get the
knights are pretty flexible actually, so I don't think you can make a huge mistake right now if you play.
So this is on e3. So okay, yeah, let's just go with knight to e5.
Okay.
Knight d5.
Okay.
And it's on e5. All right. Knight d3.
I thought you were going to say I offer draw, but
yeah, I think. Well, yeah. All right. I think I have the fastest way available, but I think
yeah, the end is usually the most difficult part. Okay.
That pesky no blundering your knights rule ruined the route I had planned just now.
I can imagine what you were trying to do, right? No worries, there is still a way out.
Pretty sure, yeah. '97.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's just gonna beat me by a tempo, right? Knight c1.
Knight g6.
Knight b3.
Knight h8.
Knight a1. But
very good. It's a tie. How was it?
Okay.
Was it difficult? Please say no. Please say no. Please say no. Please say no.
There was a little window at the beginning where it was difficult to figure out what route I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was overthinking.
My very initial instinct was going to get me stuck on f6 and not a clean path.
Right. This is the worst square to go. Always from f6 to h8, from f6 to d4. Basically, this kind of a seemingly short diagonal is always at least 4 squares for the knight. 4 moves for the knight. Sorry. So you don't want to go to f6 if you're heading to h8. And you don't want to go to c3 if you're heading to a1. This is a very useful piece of information whenever maneuvering is concerned. So as you remember, Tai, we had this maneuvering session. This is kind of a useful information for that, for the maneuvering exercise. Okay, you will probably
tracking whether or not Seth's knight was taking away the squares I wanted.
Yeah, that was
difficult.
Harder.
But once I had a
and I know you will hate me in a moment because we're going to do the same trick with slight modification. So, Seth, this time you're going to start with white. So you will have a knight on a1. Tai, you will have a knight on h8. But there is a neutral rook on d4.
With neutral.
Neutral rook. It's basically it's the opposite color of your piece. So if you're starting with white, it's a black rook for you. If you're starting with black, it's a white rook for you. And the rule says you can attack the rook. You still need to go get to that opposite corner, diagonal opposite corner. You can attack the rook, but you cannot take it, and you cannot blunder your knight. So you cannot leave it under the attack of the other knight or the rook itself.
So it's like it's neutral, but like the opposite of the way most people are neutral. They stay out of it. This one is
okay. Neutral, basically, yeah, hostile in both directions. Yes, sorry. It's an orange rook. It's an orange rook.
It's still neutral. But
It's equally hostile.
It's equally hostile, right?
Mutually hostile.
But
the mercenary rook.
Bad expression, sorry. But you're totally right. And you got the idea very quickly.
Yeah. Anyway.
So it's there is an orange rook which is
On
shooting
D4.
on D4. Knight on A1, knight on H8. Seth, you're to start.
Okay.
Chat is already voting whether I'm just brutal or sadistic.
All right. Let's just go. All right. Knight C2.
Okay.
Knight G6.
Knight E3.
Knight F8.
Knight D. Wait, that's not even a legal move, is it?
Sir, I lost the connection for a moment. It said my internet.
Okay, I made one mistake. I misspoke and then I made an illegal move. So
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the move you made.
oh, no.
What was it? So from A3, where did you go with the knight? Because I know I've just the last move that was played on my board was knight F8 by Ty.
But now I'm seeing Matt move.
Okay.
I think I lost you guys. So
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
what was it? Knight F8. After knight F8, what was your move, Seth?
Well, I'm kind of cheating because I said the wrong thing, but I want knight F5.
So why was the wrong thing?
I said knight D5, which is obviously wrong.
Okay. Yeah,
The wrong way.
That looks like a way to lose the game immediately, right?
Yeah.
But you wanted to go knight F5. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's why
if you win, you'll just get half a point,
Alright.
and people will
Alright.
judge you or whatever. I don't know. Okay, let's go on. Knight to F5.
Yeah.
I hope.
Knight E6.
Okay.
E6. Oh, that's devious.
Yes, you're playing against each other at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Knight h6.
Mm-hmm. Tai, what strategy? Blocking your opponent or going to the corner on your own?
I appear to lose the race to the corner on the path I had in mind. So
I actually I forgot that you could probably try to stay in the corner so that your opponent actually never gets to the corner himself.
it's hard to win that way.
Yeah, it's hard to win that way.
I guess chess is a draw, right?
Can you, if you stay in the corner, you just no way to flush them out.
But
anyway, no, you're both guys attacking.
I can't see a way to stop you.
If you're, getting like just after him, it's a tie. It's fine because you're black, so it's logical you will not.
Oh
get
right,
first.
I'm black. I can be second. I was like,
You can
where did I lose a tempo? I'm not sure what went wrong.
No,
here.
you
forgot
never
I was
lost a
black.
tempo. It's
Right.
fine.
Okay, knight c5.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to the plan.
That was clear. That was quick. Once you
I
realize
had a
you...
route planned to the end.
Mhm.
It's a question of whether I had to abandon it.
What was your move?
I played knight c5.
Paying attention, Seth. Okay. Concentration.
Yeah.
That's the key.
All right, so I'm good. Knight f7.
Okay.
Knight b3.
Knight h8.
Knight a1.
Good. It's a tie. Meaning a draw. Good. Two more for you guys. A slight modification. So who's starting now? Tai starts. You have a knight on h1. Black has a knight on a8, so that's for you, Seth. And there is a mutually hostile bishop on e5. Knight h1, knight a8, bishop on e5. Same rules. You can attack the bishop, you cannot take it, you cannot blunder the knight.
There's going to be a queen in the middle of the board next round, isn't there?
There will be just... This is the penultimate round, but it will be fine. Don't
So
worry.
that seems...
Bishop, okay.
Wait. Okay. It's attacking both of us right now, right? But
no, knight h1, not a1. Knight h1, knight a8. So other corners this time.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Knight f2.
I'm on A8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Impossible! Why did you give us an illegal position?
Hold on. I'm just trying to put things in place for a sec.
That's how the thinking process should look like. Putting things in place.
Yeah, I'm trying to like build a fence around the board that you can't touch. Oh, I'm on H8. Okay. God, jeez. Okay. So, so I can go I don't know. Hold on. I keep messing up with the visualization. It's on E5. So I text. Oh, okay.
There will be the bomb will explode in a moment.
B.
What moves do you have, Seth? What legal moves do you have?
Sorry, I'm just really bad at the coordinates. I'm on A8,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on A8. So I can go to okay, so this is knight B6.
Okay. Was knight c7 an alternative, a valid alternative?
Knight C7 is C7 to B8 C7 D6 E5. No, it's not.
Yes, because you would blunder the knight simply. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I was like I had my sides of the board completely crossed up at first, and so okay.
I never said it's going to be easy, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Tai, your turn.
Knight D3.
Mm-hmm.
He moves too fast. B8.
It's a good training. I know your brain cells might hurt, but
No, I like it. I'm just not. It's definitely not one of my strength.
we don't want to work on your strengths, you know.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so I'm on B6. My next jump should be safe, but I want to set up the jump after that.
You can also set traps, you know.
Too much. You know, you gotta know your limits here. What was his last move?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say.
Oh, isn't that okay? I gotta pay better
knight,
attention.
No, knight
Yeah.
d3, knight d3, because otherwise no one is going to tell us you. So we'll just end up in a, paralysis. It's knight d3. It's knight d3.
Okay. So don't go to c. All right. So this should make this easier. I want to go to knight d4. Wait, that's not what I'm on b6. Wait, where am I? I'm not on b. Yeah,
You just made one move from the corner.
I am on.
It was going so well when you had your first when the knight
I'm
was on the dark
D3.
square.
Right. I'm like, wait, that's a dark square. Okay, I know d4 is a dark square. I play it. It's my first. Okay, so I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I'm on b3. Yeah, I don't know how
you're not
going.
on b. You're not on b3.
I'm on. Sorry. Oh my god. I am on b. I started on a8 and I went to b6.
Yes.
All right. b6. I don't know how I got so confused. Okay.
No worries, we're practicing.
b6, which is a dark square. So what am I doing wrong? How can I be think d4 is also a dark? Yeah, because it's c4. I want to jump to c4.
Okay, we made it. We made it.
It's over 1 and up 2. Oh my god.
Okay, Ty, I guess it's your turn.
Knight b4.
This player seems to be quite confident of his moves.
All right. Knight d2.
Knight d5.
I'm trying to make it to h1. Okay, I had to.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna jump to h1. You got to be on f2 or g3, and one of those is poison. So e5. G3 is no good. Okay, so when I get to f2, I'm on 4. So or I'm on d2. Wait, where am I? c4, d2. Yeah, okay. So I want to get to f2. So I go to 94.
Knight b6.
Knight f2.
Knight a8.
And knight h1.
Very good. You both made it. Congratulations. That was difficult. That was difficult. There was some some problem.
Yeah.
The knight had struggled to get from b6 to d4 originally, but eventually it made it to c4, which was the legal square. Good. As promised, one last version of that. I kind of wanted to show you this exercise as a type of an exercise you could use on your own. So you can actually just even ask, your wife or even your child where the hostile piece is and try to get to that corner. And it takes usually not so much time, so it's a good way to start your training, to get your brain cells ready for the upcoming battle. So the last version is white. We're going back to the dark squared corners. So white has a knight on a, or could we do that with the? No, let's spice things up. So no, okay. Knight on a1. White has a knight on a1. Black has knight on h8. Who's starting this time?
Says it should be white.
Okay, so Seth, right? Seth, you're starting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Seth, you have a knight on a1. Tai, you have a knight on h8.
Square.
And there is a hostile king on e4, but we have a slight modification. You can blunder your knight to the king, not to the opponent's knight. So you can basically place your knight next to the king. However, you can never give a check to the king.
On e4.
Yes.
This time it's neutral in the sense that if we attack it, we're in trouble.
Very good. Very good.
But it won't take us. Perfect, truly neutral king.
Mm-hmm.
I'm officially a sadist according to the chat, which I'm glad because this was the original idea.
Good. All right. You're only encouraging him.
He loves it.
All right.
We promise
do
this is
that.
the last
Chad.
of these. I'm sure
Yeah,
they won't
this
get
is-
harder from here, right?
This is it will be different, not necessarily more difficult. It's actually a very it's a difficult warm-up, I realize. But we want you to get, when the main event approaches, you will just I lost you guys. Sorry, or
Alright.
you lost me actually. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm back. You lost me, but yeah, I just need to change. Did you manage, by the way? Did you succeed?
You're back, Matt, but
Is
you're muted.
it over? Is it over? But I'm muted. Okay, sorry, my bad. I mean, it's something happened to my internet. Okay, I will just get you back in Zoom.
All
Right, there was a raid which resulted in a crash. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes, from Chess Dojo. Okay.
Hey, Chess Dojo.
I'm not sure
Hi,
if they're
friends.
still there. Okay. Let me just slightly modify the zoom. All right, just change the view. That should work. That's about right. Tie slightly moved to relaxed, meaning the puzzles are, I guess, they're too easy.
Mhm.
Okay. By the way, guys, did you finish or? Because
No.
We noticed you had frozen when Seth was about to give a first move.
Yeah, he was looking at me doing this on my table here, like
Are you-
pointing to
are you-
imaginary squares.
were you crying or drawing arrows, or what was that? Anyway, coming back to the
It's like-
board.
I was like going. I was like,
yeah.
I was just trying to identify the bad squares. So let's start with a knight. Knight b3.
Okay.
Knight f7.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Knight. So knight knight d4.
Smart. So chat and raiders, there is a... Is it neutral or is it hostile? This time it's neutral, right? There's a neutral king, which and both Seth and I have to go to the opposite corner. So the blue knight, the white knight, has to go to h8, and the red knight, which is the black knight, needs to go to, what is it, a1, right? And there's a king on e4. The king cannot... Neither of the players can give a check to the king. This is basically the rule. Okay.
Knight d8.
Knight d8, right? Okay. You're avoiding the king, clearly.
Can't check it from the edge.
That was such a powerful move, actually.
Yeah, because it takes one of my squares, doesn't it? So I see it. We're gonna go knight to... I'm gonna get to a... Yeah, so knight to c5.
Again, where do you want to go?
I'm on d4, right?
Yeah.
Knight c5. No, knight... Sorry, knight b5.
You were about to be disqualified for that, you know.
Yeah, illegal moves.
Knight b7.
Knight b7. This doesn't look like the shortest way at all, but okay, you're making it safe, so I appreciate that.
With a8, I need c2. So I'm on b5. b5 to b3 is... Oh crap! I should have remembered where he's on. He's on b7.
Reactions.
He's on b7. Okay.
We should make an additional rule, actually, that the opponent has to notice that there's an illegal move made by the first player. Otherwise, it counts.
You have to actually cap. They can gamble on moving into your range, but if you take them, you win.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I'm on b5. He's on b7. He's playing for the win here, I feel like.
As always.
All right.
As I always do in drawn positions.
Okay. So I can get there if I can get to b or c2. Is there a path to c2?
I promise it's the last one. Five moves, and you're there.
All right. Knight. Sorry, he's on. The picture just broke in my brain.
It certainly requires practice, to be able to visualize the position properly. And this is one kind of an exercise. We will be doing more different ones.
Yeah.
But certainly that's something to look into for future reference. Ty, do you have your pre-moves ready, or? Okay.
Pending whether they're safe.
Yeah, that's also true. Very good observation.
They should be.
He's on. Where is he? Now I forgot where he is. I don't know. I'm just gonna make a move. Knight A3. I hope that doesn't get captured.
Defense. Defense.
Knight A5.
Yep. As expected by the audience.
Knight A3. Knight A5. Okay. Knight C1. Oh, knight B1. Or no. Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't know. That's not a legal move. I know it's
Knight
not.
C1 is literally. So you basically cheated, but Ty is winning that anyway. Let's give him this opportunity.
Okay.
Ty,
Knight B1 is the move.
Yeah, Knight B1 is the move.
Then Knight B3.
Yes, he was trying to defend, but never managed to do that. Knight B3.
Yeah, I should have
pre-move Knight A1.
Yes, I'm not sure, Seth, why you started to get defensive.
I don't know why no.
Were you trying to go? What square were you trying to go to, Seth?
Well, I should have gone to C2, obviously.
Wait, at the very beginning?
No.
Just a moment ago, it was still fine. When you had the knight on
I'm just saying,
B5.
No, I've just B5. I'm going the wrong way is what I'm doing.
No, but you can still, if you need to go to H8, just make sure you're very...
Yeah, but I meant to go to I meant to go to A7.
A7, yeah, A7 is fine. A7, then what? C8 or C6? E7?
Yes, I wanted to go to A7 to C8.
Yes, then E7, G6, H8, and that's it.
Yeah. All right. I just said the coordinates. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Good training.
I'm already. I don't know how I'm getting so confused. Yeah, I do really struggle with the coordinates. I say the wrong squares a lot.
But is it that only you're saying bad squares, but you know where you want to place the piece, or is it still the
like
blurred?
when I'm looking, the picture's a little blurred, but I do this when I'm seeing the board too. I don't know. I think I was trying to do it like sort of systematically, and I just started moving the wrong instead of like visually because I'm so bad at the coordinates. But it's like I know I can move, one and so like sort of like just doing the math in my head.
Yes, exactly. That's I had students from 8-year-old and a 7-year-old from Cyprus a long time ago, and they were supposed to learn the board, basically learn the coordinates. This was one of their tasks, and their parents were so smart that they taught them that basically if there's a A1 square, you just need to, the algorithm. Basically, they were taught the algorithm to find be able to always figure out whether this is a dark square or a light square. But when asked if where actually, for example, F5 square is, they never managed to do that because they only knew the algorithm.
Yeah, so I do things like I flip the sides of the boards in both ways. I get 1 and 8, flipped, and A and H flipped, and sometimes just randomly and at weird times.
So
yeah.
How will you analyze Blindfold with Magnus Carlsen next time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
Take some
guys.
work.
Different.
But I
type
will
of-
say I was using a lot of algorithmic thinking and plotting out my or my knight moves.
It's
I just
it's
call
also
them math moves.
it's also easier to
Yes.
visual, like if it's like a whole position, and like you say like knight, knight f6 from its startings, like it's more that I'm more like familiar with, right? But when it's just like an open board and a knight moving around, I have to figure out where the squares are without looking at it, and then I'm also bad at the notation, so yeah.
Yes, this was definitely not an easy exercise. Okay,
Alright.
a different type of an exercise. We will be looking at checkmates in one blindfold.
No, still blindfold. Okay.
So you will both take turns. Basically, since there is a checkmate in one, logically, one of you will be just doing the puzzle, and the other could get a steal, and then the other player is going to get the chance. So, Tai, since you're the winner, let's give you the position. Let's imagine white having a king on e1, black having a king on f3, and black queen on c5. Black to move. King e1, king f3, queen c5.
King.
Queen c1 is made.
Seth, what do you think? Does it make sense?
I lost it. Which king is where?
White king on e1. We start with white and then black. King f3, queen c5.
Black's king is on f3, and its queen is on c5. So, you said queen c1?
He did say that, yes.
The king is on e1.
Correct.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, Seth. White has a king on f7 and a queen on c6. Black has a king on h7. White king f7, queen c6. Black king h7.
King f7, queen c6. Okay. He's on f7. Queen is on f7. Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's wait. C6. It's on the 6th rank. They're both on the 7th rank. So king g6 or queen g6, queen g6.
Tai, what do you think?
That's
I
not me. That's
thought
not
it
me.
was queen h1.
Queen h1. Yeah, you gotta go to the wait. They're on F7 and H7.
Yes.
Yeah, so it has to go to the H file. Yeah. Yeah, so I just have to figure out which square you get to on the H file from C6. So I agree with Ty now. His point.
And which of the two wins?
Yeah.
Doesn't draw. Queen
okay.
H6 was bad.
Okay, Ty, you seem to be doing that very well. Would you like more pieces or a checkmate in 2?
Let's do a mate in 2.
Okay. White, king on F2. Rook on A1. And black has a king on H2.
King A or Rook A3.
King H1.
Rook H3.
Very good. Seth, checkmate in 1, checkmate in 2.
Okay.
Let's start with 1, right? Let's do it in 1.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. White has a king on A6, knight on C4, and a bishop on D6. And black has a king on A8.
Okay, so king on A6, knight on A4, and the bishop is where?
D6.
E6.
D.
D6.
Dinosaur 6.
D6, knight on A4, king on king is on A1.
Nope.
No. Where's the? I forgot. I couldn't.
A8.
Yeah.
A8.
A8. Okay.
I can imagine you having the right vision of that, but just naming the bad square.
But the bishop's on D4.
6.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, wait, hold on. The bishop's on D6. The king is on A8.
The black one, yes. The king of the weaker side is in the corner.
Right. So we need to. It needs to be the color of our bishop, which is on D6, which is.
Why would you make such an assumption?
Because we're mating with a knight and a bishop.
Right. Technically, if you were trying to drive your opponent's king to... If you were trying to give a checkmate with a bishop and a knight from any kind of a position, you would try to drive it to the corner corresponding to the color of your bishop. But here, this is just a position, just a puzzle. So these rules don't really apply. The same as you could imagine a situation where you can give a checkmate with 2 knights. Normally, that's not possible, right?
Right, but it's only they only have a king, right? It's not being
just a king, lonely king.
Well, I forgot where our king is.
Frozen in the corner of the board on A6. Your king is on A6.
A6. Their king is on A8. Our bishop's on D6, and our knight is on. It's on D6. I feel bad.
No worries. You'll get it. You'll get it.
A6, A6, A8, D6. I don't remember where the knight is.
A4.
A4. That's what's on A4.
Such exercises very well, just these are very beneficial for actually memorizing the position you're calculating. When you're getting far away from the original position.
So then knight b6.
Ty, what do you think?
Knight b6 is mate.
It is mate. Agreed. Good. Who started? I started. So we had the even number of puzzles, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Good. That was a very nice warm-up. Let me invite you to analysis board. Are you on live chess or not yet?
I had been, but I got booted.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
also
just
booted.
Back in now if it worked.
let me refresh.
I see Seth in live chess. I see you.
As usual. I never see you guys, but you see each other. Okay, I see Ty already invited. And waiting to see Seth.
I'm here.
Okay, let me refresh. Are you sure?
I think so. Here, I'll refresh. I don't know. Yeah, but I
No,
am.
we
for sure.
had that problem with Ty last time. I really don't know why this keeps on happening. I don't
Can you
really
just do
yeah.
invite and then?
Yeah, but I would need to see you on friends list on chess.com, right? In order to be able to
If you're on the analysis board, I think you can click the. Well, I don't know.
I click the plus button and then I don't see you on my.
I'm here.
Or wait, or if I do. Okay, let me just log out and just log in again. That usually helps.
No, I'm on the regular live chess, not the play.
I don't see you. I still see only Ty. Can you log out and log in? Because I'm on live, right? Not on play.
Yeah, I'm in live.
Okay.
Just I left and came back.
It's really weird.
I see you. Like if I hit like play a friend.
Blindfold.
All right.
Okay, let me close that one and maybe start one more analysis board. I'm not sure what's going on. I still see Ty.
I see both of you, and
Okay, we
As
can
online
also
to mine.
make it the other way around. Could you one of you start the analysis board and invite me? Maybe this is a way around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I'd try that when you left the board, but I can't invite people without diamond.
Yeah,
Ooh.
okay. I'll try it.
Okay.
If I
You have a
remember how
diamond,
to-
right, Seth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Custom challenge type analysis board. Then Bob, Joe, Jim. All right. I invited both of you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just need to close the other one. Good.
Alright.
Will I be allowed to do magic here? I think I should be, right?
Should oh, let me make you an owner.
Mm-hmm.
Ownership. All right.
Great.
There.
Okay, guys. Another type of an exercise which helps in visualization. It may look like it's a silly one, but actually it can get tricky, and you can actually always modify the difficulty of that. And it's good for memorization of positions that you don't see. Basically, I will be showing you positions, and your task will be to memorize that in a specific amount, within the specific amount of time. Then I will erase the board, and your task will be to tell me exactly where particular pieces were placed.
Yeah.
Have you ever used that?
Never tried that before.
But it's like the memory game or whatever.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. All right.
How difficult do we want it to be? Let's start with something easy. Let's start with something really easy so that everyone gets a good start. Okay. So you both memorize the entire position, but I will be asking you to, for example, Seth will just give white, Ty will give black, and then you are both you're both going to be responsible for checking if the other person had it correct. Okay.
All right.
How much time do you think you're going to need for that?
To memorize this position?
Yeah.
I think I got it.
I think so too.
Okay. So, Ty, let's give you white pieces. Where are they?
King f5, rook g4, pawns on g3 and g2.
Seth, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are black pieces?
Pawn on h6, bishop on g5, and king on h5.
Yeah, very good start. Okay. I'm not even asking because I imagine. Ty, would you agree with that?
I do agree.
Okay, great. But that was super easy. Let's go to
Barely
something
inconvenient.
slightly more difficult. Okay, this is the position. It's actually taken from a game Karpov-Kasparov, Moscow 1984. Funny, but a good position to memorize. Do we want to set a particular time limit for that? Or you're just telling me when you're ready?
Whatever.
Okay, so just let's without the limit.
I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready.
Set?
Pawn, wait, I'm white?
Yeah, white pieces.
Okay. Pawns on h7 and h5.
Mm-hmm.
I already messed it up.
This always happens. Like every time people get, okay, I think I got it. It's so easy. And once the board is erased, oh my goodness, what happened?
I forgot I was black, so I remember white's better. I could correct Seth, but I won't get my side.
I think of a knight on d5, but I'm not sure.
Okay, you can always still modify and then.
A bishop on e4. And yeah, it's all right. King on e6. Yeah, I've it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it's the trick is to, you know, as we were doing the mental snapshot with in stepping stone technique, it's always really important to focus to the maximum, and only when you're like ready you you get the answer. Do you want to modify anything, or we're just forgetting about that and going to?
There's like someone's king is on e6. I don't remember which one.
That's mine.
Yeah, I think maybe my king's on e3 then, and maybe my bishop's like on b3 or something like that.
Okay, Ty, where are your pieces? Let's start with that one. Where are black pieces?
Well, first of all, I've got a pawn on e3, so that king's gonna have to slide over to d3 to make room for me.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
I had a bishop on d4, pawn on f7. I guess my knight was on f5.
Are you sure? Not on g5?
I'm not completely sure, but I think so. I don't think my bishop was hanging in the original position.
Is this your final answer?
It's the best I've got. I'll finalize it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll sealing this, putting this in the envelope. Seth, what do you think? Does it make sense? Could this be the right position?
It's a logic, yeah. White's threatening the discovery and
okay, this is the move. And by the way, what's the solution? Because actually this is the game finished in a couple of moves, just in a moment. So if it was White's turn, what would you play? Tactical puzzle for both of you. Chat, this is the correct position. So whoever's ready first, just you can shout out the answer, or chat has it already. No pressure.
I feel like the obvious choice is wrong.
Doesn't knight e3 win?
That's what I was thinking, but
knight e3 could be a winning position, but there is a move after which Karpov resigned, basically, and after knight e3 he wouldn't resign. I guess he would still play a couple of moves, because there is still a chance of getting an endgame with a bad bishop. So if you play knight e3, I imagine black is going to play something like king d7. That seems to be the only move. And after knight f5, maybe just bishop h8 for the time being, and hope to get the bishops exchanged and the king somehow magically appearing on h8. There's still some hope, right? If the black king is on h8 and we eliminate the knight and the bishop, there's going to be a draw.
I could mess this up against Karpov.
We both could.
Yeah.
And anyone could lose. We could even lose that against Karpov.
Right.
So it's not the answer. It's not really. Oh my god! I will need to paste the position once more, but just a second. Okay, that's it. So it's not 93. I mean, 93 technically it gains a piece, and of course you will get a winning position, but there is something immediately finishing the game.
Are we like mating him in the middle of the board somehow?
No, if you're mating him, then he's not resigning. He'll just get checkmated. You need to make him resign.
Oh, because we're about the queen. Yeah, I think I have it.
What is it?
So it's like it's an interference move. Knight f6, right?
That's sweet, isn't it?
It clicked as you said the word interference. I've been looking at knight
Yes,
f4
because
didn't
he
quite
has to
force
take with the
anything.
king,
Yeah.
and then you queen, and then you skewer. Well, you don't skewer.
It's a very, very cunning way to win the game, to lure the black king to go to f6. Okay, visualization, Tai wins. Finding the right moves, Seth wins. Good. Next one.
This is Kostya's chessable course paying off, I think.
I did not do the endgame studies yet. Sorry, Kostya.
Yeah. Okay. Something slightly more complicated, and this time please make sure that you're getting it right. How much time did you spend last time? What was it? 30 seconds? About that. So let's just.
Do we do
set a
one
limit.
color? Do we do one color, or do we need to know both?
You do. No, you need to memorize both, because you will be both giving one color, but you never know which one.
Okay, good.
So let's make a deal. I will be giving you 1 minute, and chat will actually see that. I guess chat should be able to see that. So I'll let you know when the timer is ready. The timer should be ready. For whatever reason, it's not cooperating with me. We can start thinking, actually. So there will be slightly more than a minute. Okay, forget about that. Strange. For whatever reason, the timer doesn't work. Okay. Now we're good. So I'll just give you like half a minute more or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, time's up.
Right.
Tai, you have white pieces. Where are they?
King h3, rook h5, bishop h7, and knight f5 with pawns on b4, b5.
Okay, Seth, what do you think?
All right. Yeah. I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where are black pieces? And pawns?
Yeah. So I was a rook on h8. The king is on a d5. There's a pawn on b6 and a bishop on d2 and a bishop and a pawn on g3.
Yep.
And the queen? Where's the queen?
There is no queen.
Okay, guys, this is taken from game played between Viktor Gavrikov and Mickey Adams, BL 1991. White to move.
Bishop g8.
What's the point?
It's check and hits the rook, and if rook takes, then knight e7.
Looks like a decent way to win, at least material. Bishop g8 indeed is a very powerful move, easy to miss. Rook g8, knight e7 with a nice fork. Good. Have you seen this before? Hi?
No, but
That was
I
pretty
didn't
quick.
need quite as much time to memorize it, so I started solving it.
Ah, right. Okay. Right.
It occurred to me late in the process that maybe starting to try to solve it would help with the memorization.
Do you want to solve it blindfold? We can do that. I'm not sure. I mean, this would be, of course, this is the ultimate goal, to be able to solve such positions blindfold. And we can try two more, like one more just for memorization, and then solving blindfold.
All right.
Okay. So once more, I'll be giving a minute. For whatever reason, it doesn't work in OBS, but I'll tell you when you're running out of time. Ten seconds left. Whoops, disappeared. Tie once more, you have white pieces. Unexpected, I know. Where are they?
Pawn a2, pawns d3 and c4, king g2, queen g4.
That's it.
And there's a rook and a bishop on the board.
Okay.
The bishop is on f4.
Mm-hmm.
There's another pawn too. I don't have any recollection of where it is. Something like f2 or h2 might be consistent with how I remember the position, but I can't say that with confidence.
Okay.
And I do not entirely remember where the rook is.
That sounds really good piece of information for calculation, for visualization, but okay, we're practicing. Any hint from Seth?
Wait, no, the pawn is on h4.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the rook? What about the rook? You still have the rook. Or you don't want the rook. That's also fine. You can abandon the rook in the process. You don't need it.
I don't think it was saving me, but
So I guess you know the answer.
feel like it was somewhere on the back rank, but I do not remember at all. If
Okay.
Seth wants to steal my rook.
Seth, do you want to steal his rook?
Yeah, his king's on G1, and I think his rook's on A1.
Okay.
I think the rook. All right.
Tai, what do you think? Does it make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. Where are the black pieces and pawns? Chessman.
All right. Are you asking me now?
Yep.
Okay. So there's a pawn on A7, a pawn on C5, pawn on D6 and D4. King is on G7. Rook is on F5. Queen is on D7. And this is the part I'm not so sure about. There's a knight, and I forget where it is.
Okay, there is a knight. Tai, would you like to? I'm not yet asking. Let's give Seth a chance.
I know where the knight is.
Okay, I thought so. So if we're playing as a team, or we're winning that, we're crashing that individually.
Together we can reconstruct the position.
Yeah, let me try. Let me try to see if I can think of the knight. I know the B files and E files are empty.
Oh, elimination process, fantastic.
I know. I feel like for some reason I want to put it on F6. Remember, there's a lot of dark square action for black, but that doesn't seem right. I feel like I would remember if I was attacking the queen, but maybe not. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know where the knight is.
Tai?
Curious if you got it to F6 because you did any attempt to solve while the position was on the screen, because they could move there from H7.
H7, yeah.
Fair point. What's the solution to that puzzle?
I did not
Black to
figure
move,
that out.
obviously.
I figured out it was black to move.
Okay.
And I do think I have an answer.
I think
Go
it's
on.
got to be Rook G5, right?
Tai? Agreed? or
That's
not?
what I saw.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that has
Rook
to be
G-
your first move.
Yeah, Rook G5 with a pin, and at the same time using
Escaping
the
the
fact that
check.
escaping from the check and using the fact introducing the queen to the tactical pattern. Good.
Yeah.
What technique are you guys using for memorizing those positions? If you could describe to someone who never did that.
So in this position, I told myself that the queens are that the queens almost see each other except for the rook in the way.
So I did that
So
too.
to remember that they were on that same diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
I chunked off the pawns in the middle of the board. The king, queen, king along the G file, I kind of remembered as a file.
Okay.
So obviously not quite perfectly.
Yeah, King G2, King G1, obviously in this case it doesn't really matter all that much, but in a different position, every single misplaced piece or a pawn could matter.
Yeah.
Seth, what are you using for that?
So I start with the pieces themselves. I just commit to memory what pieces there are, which so far has been a manageable cognitive load. And then I started, like sort of chunking. I also I kind of go file by file. I already look at, I say, oh, B and E are empty. I know that the black pawns are all on dark squares. And so I can put them in the right area. And then I know if that's visually, I remember if I remember that they're on dark squares and there's 2 on the D file, I know they're on D4 and D6 because I can remember just visually that they certainly wasn't one on the back rank, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then and then I remember the white pieces. There was I remembered H4, G4, F4, that there were 3 pieces there. I also did the same thing with the queens. We're on the same diagonal through the black rook. Kings were on the same file, both on dark squares. as far away from each other as possible. I just
Yeah,
tried that.
it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Staying both on dark squares would have helped me.
Yeah, that's also true.
I also memorized what the pieces were: queen, rook, bishop versus queen, rook, knight, 4 pawns each.
Right. So usually you should be looking into connections between the pieces, so the functions they are performing. Basically, if there's a if there's a check, or as you said, the queen, rook, and queen, the other queen on the same diagonal, but not really seeing each other. That's a good observation. And for pawn structures, that's also very useful in games. It's good to remember blocks of pieces. Basically, you sort of separate a number of pieces or pawns and try to memorize it as one element. Then it will be much easier for you to memorize a position if you have to calculate a very long line, because you will not have to memorize the position of each and every piece separately. You will just have to kind of memorize a group of pieces as a one big element. Good. Should we try to do the blindfold exercise? So memorization plus solving it blindfolded. How do you feel about that? Seth, you mentioned that you're the guy to blame if I'm
Well,
going to be...
I don't recall doing that. I don't know. I see to your professional judgment here.
Dai, how confident do you feel about that?
My only problem with it as a concept is I'm not sure. Are you going to tell us where the pieces are verbally? Or is it going to be look at a position and memorize it? Because if I get a chance to look at it, my brain's going to try to start solving it before it goes away.
I know.
And I don't think I can stop myself from doing that.
I know that resisting the temptation could be difficult. Okay, so let's do something.
I didn't actively do that with this last position, but as a memorization technique, I noted that the queens are on the same diagonal, and then I noted that the king is in check, and then rook g5 just screamed at me. So that was like an involuntary solve while trying to memorize.
Okay. No, so let's leave this alone. I will show you one last type of blindfold puzzles I'm using myself when preparing for events, for tournaments, whenever I know they're approaching. I think blindfold chess is generally the best if you have little time and you just want to get instantly ready. Like, solving is of course helpful and generally you will get like your tactical skills will grow. But if you really want to, if you have like a couple of days just before the event and want to be extremely sharp, it's a well, how to say it? It's this ultimate tool, absolutely ultimate tool to get ready for a chess tournament. Then blindfold chess is really the way to go. So the last thing, you can also, let's leave it with an empty board. So I will be giving you a sequence of moves, short sequence of moves from the initial position. So we are starting like a regular game, and one of the players, you will not be taking any sides, and there will be an early opening mistake, and your task will be to visualize the board after this sequence of moves and find the refutation. So find why the certain move was wrong, what was wrong about it, punish it. Okay. So imagine d4, knight f6, bishop f4, c5, knight f3, c takes d4, knight captures d4. What was wrong with white's last move? Whoever is ready, just go for it.
Okay, I think I know.
Okay.
E5.
What is White going to play?
I guess they'll take E5.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop takes E5. And then they have Queen A5. Yeah, Queen A5.
I don't know. I'm waiting for
Check.
the conclusion.
Queen A5 check, and then let's say Bishop D2, and then Queen takes E5. Did I?
That's interesting, actually. Ty, what do you think?
Now I'm debating. Wait, hold on. Bishop D2 is not possible.
I was stuck on the
No.
E5 pawn fork. Looks tempting, except that the bishop can just take, and I hadn't figured out a continuation yet. But it felt like it did feel like the.
Yeah, the bishop is on E5 now, so it cannot
exactly.
go to
it
D2
cannot jump to D2
in my line. In my line.
Yeah.
So whatever you block with that check with, your bishop hangs.
That's why I was not interrupting you, because I wanted to, you to get the entire line. So because
they were like clones. The bishop cloned itself. It blocked the check and then got captured on E5.
But this is actually a very common mistake whenever you're visualizing. I mean, not you, but people. Whenever people are visualizing, that they are either teleporting pieces, cloning them, making dark squared bishop, light squared bishops. That's why it's so important to be able to calculate the entire line on your own, including your opponent's responses, not waiting for the opponent's reply, because then you actually get the proper calculation process. Okay, difficult, easy?
It's a little difficult.
Pretty difficult. I saw that E5 might be right, but Seth definitely beat me to the Queen A5 follow-up.
That was actually pretty sharp by you, Seth, so congrats on that.
Yeah. I mean, so many opening blunders are based on that queen check, so.
Okay, get it. Okay.
I got stuck on trying to figure out if I was misremembering something in the position, and if it was just
because
if it ended with is E5 just a pawn fork, and that pawn's defended for a reason I'm missing because I have a piece on the wrong square. And
so there was a two move calculation which wasn't so clear, and you need to spot like the geometric motive. Definitely not easy. How do you feel about another one, or are your brains exploding already?
No. Another one sounds fun.
Yeah,
another one sounds fun. Okay.
I was also having a little trouble getting my brain off of just the sarcastic meme answer that the opening blunder was playing the London.
Okay. Oh wow, I found another, because I have a database of those, and I found a very nice one, but you will hate me after this one, so no. Okay, let's start with this one, Evan's Gambit. So I think Ty may enjoy it.
Not my territory. Okay,
I know,
I've recently abandoned it, but I still.
Oh really? You still remember probably something?
I don't think I've ever played an Italian with either side.
Yeah, I also play. I only play 3 nights. Is it 3 nights or 4 nights or 2 nights? No, 3 nights. I always get it confused.
I've heard it called both the 3 nights Italian or the 2 nights defense in the Italian.
Yeah, basically knight f6 instead of bishop c5. Anyway, so this time you will be playing black. So you have. I mean, no, you were playing black in the first one as well. So here it goes. E4. E5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, pawn to b4, knight captures b4, knight captures e5, queen f6, and white plays white plays d4. Black to move.
Oh, we're black again?
Yep.
Dang, I should have flipped the board. All right.
It's funny that you can actually flip the board mentally.
Yeah. White played d5.
It's difficult to play d5 by white. d4.
Yeah, they played d4. D4. Yes.
Yeah, you're basically using a mirror many times in your visualization. Ty, do you know this by heart? This opening trap?
I need to go. I need to read.
No, I don't.
I need to start from the beginning. Crap. I forgot what happened after knight takes b4. Knight takes e5. Yeah.
And then
Knight takes b4, knight takes e5. And then I forget what happens after that.
Queen f6.
Queen f6. Right. Queen f6. And then d4 now. And white is losing. But why?
I'm not saying white is losing, but it was a huge mistake.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty much losing. I mean, if you find this over the board.
Theoretically losing. We doesn't mean we'd win it every time at our level, but
yeah, no, if you see this position on the board, you immediately find the response. Sure about that. Or you should at least.
We get hung up on what we should.
No, I'm not judging, don't worry. Just a little bit. As always.
D4. Knight. Our knight's on e5.
oh wait, do we have knight c2?
Knight c2. We have that hangs the knight. Can you not take it on c2?
I honestly don't know. I'm just waiting for you
I'm just talking out loud.
This one, I feel like we've hit the point where we need to work collaboratively.
Yeah, I'm collaborating. I forgot we're competing. We should,
So can you play knight c2? I guess this is the question, yes?
Queen takes c2. Oh, wait, you can't. Yeah. Just wait. No. What am I doing? All right. Queen takes c2. And then is our knight still on g8?
It is still on g8, yes.
Okay, so that's not part of it. All right. Well, also our queen is under attack. No, it's not. What am I thinking? Oh, Jesus. Why was black able to take on e5? Was that before queen f6?
White,
Yeah.
white took on e5. Yes.
White took on e5.
That's what I meant.
We played queen f6, hitting the knight. They defended with d4.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you see the position. I think you see the position. It's just about finding the right move.
I see the pieces that have already moved in the position. I don't see the pieces that are on their original squares.
But you know where
As
they are
well.
if they are original positions.
Yeah, so knight c2, queen takes c2. Does that deflect something or something? Is the bishops are on bishop on c5 is hit by the pawn on d4 as well.
Oh, but if it takes the pawn on d4, then we have, and if the queen takes, then we have knight c2.
That's gotta be it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's it.
I forgot the
100%.
bishop was there and hit, but
Right.
yeah.
You make a very good team, guys. I'm really proud of you
Yeah.
already. Collaborating.
Yeah.
That one would definitely needed teamwork.
Yeah.
So this was a very good example of changing the move order. One of my favorite tactical techniques. Whenever you feel that there is something, but for whatever reason you cannot make it work, try changing the move order. Make your first move the second. So you both tried with knight takes c2 and then bishop takes d4. And surprisingly, bishop takes d4 was the first move. Should we put this on the board, or are you now sure that you want you see this?
I think I have it, but I kind of want to see it.
Okay.
It'll just feel satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Knight before, a very unusual move. Knight e5,
Yeah.
queen takes f6. Very strong counterattack. Hitting f2, I hope you found that. Queen takes e5 is also a threat, and there is a rook in the corner waiting to be captured.
So
E4.
basically,
Yeah.
So is taking on e5 already a mistake then?
It is a mistake. It is a mistake, yes.
Yeah.
So bishop takes d4. And right now, if queen takes d4, there's knight c2. If not, then there's just too much stuff hanging here.
Mm-hmm.
Rook,
Plus the
mate,
knight.
knight.
I guess the only move right now for white would be to go knight g4. Actually, I could have tortured you a bit more for that. But that would be pure cruelty. So no. What would you play right now for black, or at least consider?
I would bishop f2.
Bishop f2.
If knight takes, queen takes a1.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Okay, so let's do last one. Call it a day. And then we'll all get a sleep. We'll deserve sleep. Even though I guess it's what's the time right now there for you?
Yeah,
Is
it's,
it 5
2 in the
no,
afternoon.
3 p.m. or what?
it's about
for him.
three for me and 2 for him. Yeah.
Are you planning a nap after the training?
No, I'm doing it. I got stuff to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go make dinner pretty soon.
Okay. So that was, you had to memorize 7 moves. Do you think you can handle 9?
Depends on the moves.
Depends on the moves. Very good answer. Because I'm
Yeah.
looking for something short.
There's some 9-move combos that are way easier to memorize than some other 7-move combos.
And these are opening moves, so.
Yeah, opening moves is okay sometimes. When like last year when I was teaching middle school and I would have like a chess club and we were remote, but anyway, I would sometimes since the kids were like total beginners, I would like play them blindfold. And I found it was actually really hard. Like the ones that knew less chess were harder to play against because their moves were so random.
Exactly.
Like kids that would make some sort of opening, I could usually beat no problem. But then like I would just lose the position so easily when they would be total
I heard
random
that
moves.
one of the best techniques to play against someone who plays against you blindfold is just to go knight b1, knight c3, knight g1, knight f3, and then just play like 10 moves of those and confuse them where the knights actually are. Throw like a3 or d3 in between, and then take it from there, so that they have absolutely no clue how the position looks like. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Last puzzle for today. We want to find it. Once more for black. e4, e5, d4.
How do I reset?
Wait, let's reset the board.
Yeah.
I did that.
All right.
Okay, so e4, e5, d4, pawn takes d4, knight c6, queen e3, knight f6, bishop c4, knight e5. Are you with us, Seth?
I'm totally lost. I got lost at some point. I
got lost on knight c6, and I thought it was white's moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once more, or are we just
Yeah,
going
Once more. Let's
please?
try one. Try
Okay.
again from the top.
concentration? e4,
All right.
e5, d4, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4, knight c6, hitting the queen. Queen e3, elephant 3, knight f6, bishop c4, knight e5, bishop b3, bishop b4 check, c3, bishop c5, and white plays queen g3.
Queen e3. Okay.
Queen from
Now
e3 went to g3. From e3.
It was
from e3 to g3.
Why did I put it? I don't. Queen was on e3 from d4 d. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I got this one.
It's a difficult one.
Yeah,
But it was one of the short ones I found quickly.
I don't think I have the position anymore.
Okay, let's try. Let's try that. Okay, Seth, where are your knights? Where are White's knights? White's knights.
White's knights are on g1 and b1.
Yeah, original squares. White's bishop. Plural.
I don't remember. c3? Did you say at some point?
No.
e3?
The bishop got kicked back to b3.
Yeah, the light squared bishop, b3. And the other one?
I think the other one's still at home on c1.
Exactly, on the bench. Bishop on c1. Okay, White's queen.
Just moved to g3.
Pawns. Any pawns moved?
The center pawn's moved, but the d pawn's already been taken. Is the e pawn still on e4? I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
It is on e4, and the other pawn. One
And
other
then
pawn
the
moved.
pawn on c3.
Pawn on c3,
to
a very
block the
important
check.
pawn. Very good. Okay. Black. Where are the knights?
e5.
Oh, it's not on e5. Yeah. e5
The other knight.
and c6.
How would you get a knight on c6 and e5?
I don't know. How did it get? Oh, I'm thinking e4. Yeah, the knight went from
c6 knight went to e5. The other
I'm confusing
f6.
e5 and e4. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one knight is on e5 and the other one?
F6.
F6, black bishop.
It's on C5.
C5, yes.
And the other one?
C1, C8.
And that's it. You have the position. Everything else is under initial original positions. Queen on D8, rooks in the corners, one pawn each was taken. So white doesn't have the D pawn anymore, black doesn't have the E pawn anymore.
So knight on F6 takes E4. Hits the queen on G3 and the pawn on F2 that the bishop's already hitting.
What do you expect white to play?
Well, I hadn't gotten that far. I'm just saying what I think as I think it.
Okay.
But there's a threat there. White has to do something. Let's see.
So it's a good starting point because we have
Queen G7.
Okay, Queen G7 could be a refutation, but there's something even stronger.
After knight takes, or after knight, what happens?
Hitting our
Knight takes
E5
E4.
knight, which is currently ended.
Once more?
And
Oh yeah, queen takes E5, which is check.
Exactly.
Would also win the bishop on C5.
Yep.
Or is that defended?
That is not defended at the moment.
Is it not defended really? Tai, what was your first move?
Oh, the knight to E5 did just defend it.
Yes. The knight on E4 protects the bishop on C5. Okay.
So you're only losing, but the knight on E4.
But only losing a knight, that doesn't really look optimistic, to be honest.
Best case scenario, we might only be losing a knight, so this is probably the wrong path we're on.
Yeah. Is the knight?
It was not the move.
Knight on E4 is also undefended,
but it's also not attacked. I mean, after Queen E5, it is technically attacked. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway.
No, knight E4 is not a good starting move. No.
Okay.
It might be part of a line. But it's not where we start.
Fair point.
All right.
Might be useful later on.
Okay.
Chat, no worries. We will be showing that in a moment on the board. They're doing extreme calculation, blindfold calculation.
Okay, so move order. What if we just play bishop check first, and then knight E4, then we get the queen?
What is white playing after bishop check, which is bishop captures F2A?
Oh yeah. The queen is defending that.
So
queen takes F2. And then
because that pawn's on C3, we've got a fun little hole on D3.
D3, but
you're getting there as a team again.
Yeah,
you're getting it. You're getting there.
If we take queen takes,
so our knight on E5 hops to D3.
D3.
That forks the king and the queen.
Can it be captured in any way by white?
The D3 that forks the queen and what?
King and the queen.
Where's the king's on? Oh, the king is on.
It's never
E1.
moved. It's never moved.
Yes, of course, it's on E1. For some reason, I put it on G1.
It's not a square I fork that I would fork the king and queen from that often. It's not like a pattern that's really baked into my mind.
Yeah, that's
common
true.
squares to attack with the knight on. But
Yeah, no. So the only thing we have to worry about is white's light square bishop, which I forgot where that is.
I remembers that.
it was still home.
So then it is hitting d3.
No, it's not. It's on b3.
Oh, right. No, it's
right.
the one that it's the one we kicked.
It's out
to
of
B3.
place.
It's the one we
Mhm.
kicked to B3.
You're right. This is
So-
what the knight on e5 did. Okay, so bishop f2. If queen captures f2, you get the
Knight
fork.
e3.
What
Knight
else
e3.
can white play instead of queen f2?
Okay.
King can take,
King
but
can
then
take.
we have
Then we have
knight e4,
knight e4.
with check hitting the queen.
You make a phenomenal team.
Working
Phenomenal.
the other way.
Can we play our
We
games
have
together
to.
in the final?
I don't know. Okay, so
That would be a cool ring club build if they had like a consultation round.
yeah, that would be cool. You can like recommend that. Okay, so queen takes d4, right? This was the move.
Yeah.
Knight c6, queen e3, knight f6, bishop to c4. Then black played knight e5, very unusual move. Bishop b3, bishop b4, check, provoking a response. And if only white played a more logical bishop d2 or maybe even knight c3, we wouldn't get this kind of a disaster. But there was c3, and black took advantage of this move by playing bishop c5. This is actually the first trap, because if there was queen takes c5, there's knight d3 fork again, right? Queen g3, and now you found this outstanding bishop takes f2, leading to a completely winning position, because neither of the captures is satisfactory. That's it.
Nice.
Go team.
Whoops.
Yes.
Sorry. Knight d3, and if
By our powers
whoops,
combined.
I'm demolishing the position. If king takes, then knight takes e4 and another fork.
Right.
Cool. How do you feel? Exhausted?
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Seth,
Exhausted, but-
you were just mixing squares, right? Mirroring squares.
Yeah,
A8, H8. Light,
I need
dark.
more. Yeah, I need more practice or familiarity or something with.
So guys, basically just one conclusion line. I think blindfold training is such an underrated training method, and it's if I was, if I had a tournament approaching, if I had like, I don't know, 3 days to prepare, and if I felt rusty, this would be my first pick, actually, to go for blindfold chess. And there's many training methods. You can actually, there are some tools on chess.com. You can also find apps which generally give you all of those puzzles I was giving you. So first of all, find the color of the square. Are squares placed on the same diagonal? Sometimes checkmates in 1, in 2, maybe even longer lines. I know there are some apps that actually give you also opening mistakes. So everything is available if you just do a little bit of a research. And then after the blindfold training, once you get the board in front of you, everything becomes super easy. This is
Right.
this is why
Put it on
it's
the
so
board and
powerful. Yeah,
oh, I can
then
see the pieces
I can
now.
see the pieces. Why is this even a game for me, right? I will crush everyone. Give me Magnus. I will calculate everything till the end. Yeah, that's why it's so powerful, because then everything, if you practice difficult stuff, whenever you get a real game, everything is just very easy for you. This is why training has to be difficult. It has to be challenging. Good. I hope you're not going to hate me after this training session, because I realize it could be difficult, it could be challenging.
Yeah.
But all of these training methods you can easily do on your own in your independent independent studying.
Okay. Would you just recommend like we find some lines like written out or something and just try to blindfold train that?
Like if you have opening, you mean opening mistakes, right?
Sure. Yeah. Just in general, like what are some exercises we could be doing?
The tricky part is that you would have to get the notation somehow, right? As I was giving to you,
without seeing the like diagrams, right? Or moves.
without seeing the diagrams, and I have it in a database where I mean, there are no diagrams, but I'm not sure if it will be possible to convert it to like a proper notation. I'll think about it. Maybe I will be able to come up with something. But again, I'm sure there are also ready solutions for that. Like if you just both on iOS and on Android, there are apps for that, because I've been using that, and I know I had students on both systems, and they were able to find such tools. So it's a good starting point. But I can also look for some materials I have.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Good. Questions? Complaints?
No?
No.
Nothing. Okay, good. So the tactical event approaching next Saturday, right? Okay, so tactical training in the meantime.
Yeah.
Lots of that, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
So we will still we'll need to find a way to meet each other. I'm not sure what we're going to when this is going to be, especially considering the event, but we'll come up with something. I'll just drop you each a line, and then we'll figure things out. Good.
Cool.
Great.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so thanks for watching today, guys. Chat, thanks for being thanks for your involvement. Thanks for trying to solve all of those puzzles. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, Seth. It was really great.
I'm terrified to rewatch the VOD with chat's comments visible and see what
they were just basically saying, I'm sadistic, I'm brutal, don't do this to them, they brains will explode, stuff like that. But at some point they will try stuff. The chat was actually involved and they were solving it, so I think it was pretty cool in the end.
Yeah, nice.
Good. Thank you all, guys, and see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Any right?
Bye.
Chat, do you want any right? Oh, we can rewrite Dojo actually. Kostya is there. And I don't think if he has a training session. Okay, Raiders. So say hello to Kostya, and we're finishing for today. Thanks once more.